Do you think that dwarves exist? Dwarves, like mermaids, are mythical creatures that people usually don't believe in, but our world is 80% unknown. So please watch this video, and I will prove to you that dwarves exist. People have noticed strange and small creatures resembling dwarves many times, and there are many videos about it on the internet. But one girl managed to capture a dwarf on camera, and she was terrified. After this situation, she left the country with her family as soon as possible. But let's get into the details. Enjoy your viewing. A mother was filming a video about her child when something happened. Dwarves are mythical dwarves from Western European, primarily Germanic Scandinavian, folklore, and they are often featured in fairy tales and legends. According to folklore, they live underground, have beards, and are known for their wealth and craftsmanship. There is evidence of the existence of dwarves. In 2004, archaeological expedition scientists conducting excavations in caves on the island of Flores in Indonesia discovered the remains of dwarf creatures that closely resembled miniature fairy tale characters. According to scientists, the creatures they found were direct descendants of Homo erectus, the upright human. A thorough laboratory analysis of the remains in the cave revealed that the tiny bones belonged to an adult individual, but only about a meter tall. The bones had a very primitive structure, leading scientists to conclude that this skeletal structure belonged to an unknown population of creatures that once lived in the caves on the island. Further computer analysis left scientists in shock. It turned out that a miniature human relative lived 18,000 years ago. Here's another example. In the Turkish valley of Gürum, at a depth of 80 meters, archaeologists discovered an entire underground metropolis. With stone houses, ventilation shafts, small hearths for heating, and riverbeds. Moreover, the city was connected by an extensive system of underground passages, the size of which made it impossible for a person of normal height to pass through. Where did all this come from? Who built it? And weren't there dwarves living in this underground city, or, at any rate, creatures very similar to them? Scientists only shrugged their shoulders in bewilderment. Do you want more evidence? Please! A well-known journalist from Marseille, Caris Durier, while traveling in America, discovered a secret settlement of some very strange creatures on the slopes of the California mountains. They were very distant from humans, and more like small lemurs. These unusual creatures lived in strange-looking buildings, which were quite difficult to detect. The journalist's sensational report was immediately picked up by French television and a number of media outlets, and caused a very lively discussion in the scientific community. A little later, scientists remembered that back in the 1930s, an American reporter named Edward Lancer had published an article about a similar settlement of Lemurian gnomes, living in complete isolation on the slopes of Mount Shasta in California. Finally, I would like to share with you the most controversial, incredible, and provocative video on the topic of gnomes that has been released to date. This video was recorded in 2011. Sylvia, the child's mother, was filming her son Benjamin when a strange creature resembling a dwarf or a troll ran out of the kitchen and into the garden. According to his parents, Benjamin often plays and talks to an imaginary friend. While this is a good thing, the elf or dwarf has a rather unpleasant smell. Whether or not to believe in the existence of gnomes is a personal choice. It may not be wise to believe in evil gnomes. However, it is perfectly acceptable to believe in good gnomes. After all, a magical and kind fairy tale should be a part of everyone's life. If you want more scary content based on real events, subscribe to my channel and like it, because I post it very often.